Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice, where we love to play games and talk about them.
And woo woo, lightning train.
Lightning train!
Lightning train.
Today we are covering Lightning Train, which is a brand new game from Direwolf. So we are going to board this train and ride out into this storm. Whoop whoop! Keep watching to learn more.
Okay, now we joke about the energy behind this because behind what you see in this box is actually just like a normal train game.
Picture
but with
like
lightning.
the American Gothic, like a farm folk with their pitchforks and like, hey y'all, how you doing? Chugging a Mosley along. That is the theme, the real theme of this game, but in the most awesome way possible.
Ultimately, what we have here is a bag building, route building, delivery game where we are creating routes across the United States, and the goal is to produce the most amount of points, money, etc. for your railroad company. So effectively, we all start on the East Coast with our westward expansion, and you're going to get contracts for regions. You're going to build train stations in those regions. You're going to build train tracks in those regions, and ultimately you're going to try to get goods delivered between them. When they flow through your tracks, you're going to score points for that. So that's generally what we're trying to do. Now, you are bag building, so this is like a deck builder, but with a bag of tokens instead, and you pull those out and they go into your discard at the end of your turn. And you start with being able to do 5 of those. Now, you may eventually get some draw again chips that allow you to slowly build up and being able to get more of those. But ultimately, those chips are going to be one of two things. They're either going to be like operational chips that are giving you money, they're giving you contracts or things, or they're going to be train chips. Those train chips are your action points, essentially. So you may spend 2 train chips to build a station. You could spend some to make a contract. You can also put those train chips on the board as a train check. So those are your train, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I've now connected these 2 cities. What's really interesting about that is that the more chips you have out on the board, the less action economy you have in your hand and your bag to be able to do those actions. So what the heck is a lightning train? Well, a lightning train is just a lightning quick train that when you get a lightning train, that is a train chip that gets added to your supply straight into that turn for you to be able to use that turn. So they're so lightning quick, they show up right away and you can use them right away. Mm-hmm. That's how you get more train chips into your bag. And that's where the name comes from.
Where this game is going to be unique is that bag building element. I love a good bag building game. One of the best examples I think is Quacks of Quedlinburg, where you kind of like put, it's like, it's a deck, it's like deck building, which is like where you gather a bunch of cards, but and it's also like you're playing like the lottery system. But Jonathan feels like bag buildings is more fair than like randomly drawing cards or randomly because you have more control over
it's more just like, so imagine every time you reach into the bag that you are mixing it, you're changing the order of the deck. Once the deck's been shuffled, like fate is sealed, which means it's your fault when you pull out the wrong chip. I feel like that's how I feel. So I personally feel like I messed up when I pull the wrong chip.
Do you always pull the first one you touch, or do you
No,
touch a bunch
I
of
mix
them?
around and I'm like, okay, I think this is the right chip to pull.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the big thing that people have been wanting to know, it's a train game. Trains are very popular for some reason. Very popular.
I love train games.
I know you do, but that just like it's just an interesting phenomenon. People love a good train board game. So why is this one different? Why should I get this one?
Yeah, I think the things that are unique and interesting about this. So this is not a like traditional, 18xx type game. This is a like modern board game, train game, like closer to your Brass Birmingham weight,
Like
Ticket to
Euro
Ride
style.
kind of thing. Yeah,
It's heavier than Ticket to Ride.
Yeah, but like general goals or
Yeah.
So basically, the thing that makes this I think unique and interesting is that you really need a lot of strategies to line up for your bag to be successful. So for instance, you need contracts in regions to be able to build tracks there. If you have a contract, you can do any number of things in that region for as long as you have that contract that turn. So you really want to line up when you get those contracts with when you have the action economy to be able to do stuff. you can stage, so kind of like Orleans or whatever. Like you can stage train chips to be activated on a future turn, so they don't have to go to your discard pile. You could build them into the action and then pull them off when you're ready to take it. So it's a lot about cadence and how well you can plan your turns. Paul Denon, he's an expert deck builder guy. I mean, he made the Clank system, which we love. He made Dune Imperium, which we love. I think he's just like really good at this like particular element of game, and I think he likes train games quite a lot.
I was about to say that's one of the reasons. Like I was like, speaking of of everyone liking train games, he really likes train games.
Yeah,
and so he just wanted to like.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to make a train game.
And I don't know. I like it. It's fun. It's interesting. Because we're all trying to deliver the same stuff. There's like a little bit of, well, I'm going to take that cow and I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to take that person. I'm going to put it over here. You know, you can. You can kind of rely on other players to do some of that work for you. It's like, you can deliver that for me because you're going to take my track to deliver it there. But there's other times where there's limited resources, and it's like, hey, we both need that last person in New York City. You know, who's going to actually get to pull it somewhere else?
It's interesting in the sense of you get to like piggyback off of other people in the sense that like you're not directly negotiating with them, be like, hey, if you do that, then I'll do that for you. But like you can be like, okay, I think they're gonna place that there, or they already placed that there, so how am I gonna place mine so that I can utilize their network? Which I think is interesting.
Yeah, in terms of like constructive things or negatives, it's a little long, so prepare yourself for like a 2.5 hour
definitely
game.
Euro
it's definitely on the longer side, and it's one of those where like the brain power starts training towards the end. So if you're one of those people who spirals towards the end of the game and decisions get difficult, this will be one of those games. Another thing I think that's worth pointing out is rulebook clarity. Like we were learning this at Gen Con and I was really struggling. In particular, it's not that things are difficult, but like, there'll be an icon in the game. It's not mentioned anywhere in the rulebook, and it's like one bubble as an example, and it's like in the reference. But like
it'd be like a major point.
It'd be like a major point, yeah. And it's like
a whole deck of cards. Like, what do I do with this deck of cards?
Yeah. Like when would you ever get a new like green card, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that was a big question that we had, and like the clarity of the iconography and the rulebook were like not super great.
And I saw that we weren't the only ones that were struggling with the rule basis. Jonathan is my lovely rule reader.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned Gen Con.
Yeah, so we saw other people around that were also, like, if Jonathan had, like, we were playing with, they also looked at the rule book, and then we saw other people playing that were really struggling with the rule book as well. So much so that Jonathan sat down and said, hey, you guys need some help? And they're like, yeah, I don't understand this rule book.
I taught it to a whole other group. Yeah.
So it was one of those times where, like, when you might be watching this and by the time you get the game, there might be a lot more, like, have clarifications answered more directly on BGG, so you don't have to just wander and wonder what to do. But at the time, it took more of a team effort to decipher the rule book.
Yeah, it was literally like, okay, you take the rule book, you tell me, I can't find it. But yeah, honestly, like the game behind it, solid, a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I'll probably always play it 3 or 4 player. We'll never play it 1 or 2 because 2 has even a like rival train sort of variant. We don't like when there's like a dummy third player. We generally won't play games that way. We'd rather just play a game that's designed for 2 players. So when I read the 2 player says, refer to the solo rules, I said, nope, we're going to play this with 3. But yeah, we got a couple games in with 3, 4, I think even all 4 player games. Yeah.
Yeah, and despite its title and this like epic looking like thunder and lightning and track speeding down, I had said at the beginning it's more like hometown America. But the art style is, once you get into the game, is really cute. It has a beautiful color palette of the United States.
The regions have, it's so beautiful.
It's a beautiful color palette, and I think there was like probably some like batting heads at the publishers of like, how are we going to make this game sell? And I think they decided like, okay, we need to make this look exciting and fun and like with the train, but it's beautiful and it really kind of like a cozy, like nostalgic kind of feel to the game and like the characters you're playing. This was on our anticipation video for Gen Con, and I know that there was long lines, and this was your number 1 pick the first day of Gen Con.
It was. I went straight to it.
You walked quite quickly.
I didn't have to walk
You
very far.
fast
It
walked.
was like right inside the door.
Yes, but you're not. But you walked quickly.
Yes.
And how many people? Like it was like.
I was like 150th in line. There were so many people in line. It was crazy.
Yeah, and there was some guy behind you in line. Hi, if you're watching this, they said, Jonathan, I'm in this line because of you.
Yeah,
right?
so it better be good.
So is it?
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, I like it. Definitely keeping it. It's not going anywhere. We just don't have a game like it, and I love when you get a unique game in a familiar theme. It's easy to pitch to the right team and the right group.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever we put out a new video. And we'll see you next time.
Happy playing!